Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the halls of the darkest dungeon. So I want to make a quick comment here before I delve any further. Because apparently I think I've already done a couple things that have messed this up a little bit, at least my playthrough here. First and foremost, I really think I should have gone with my initial thoughts on getting the number of people I get in my stagecoach to 4. Because really, what's going to happen here is these guys that are resting and doing whatever they're doing, they're not going to be available for my next run. So consequently, what I have to do is either, for the next run, pick 3 people and go in with only 3, or use someone else. And the only person available, because I didn't put him anywhere, is Wissant. And he's pretty high on stress. Now, this may not be bad. He was heroic last time. He may be heroic again. He may not. It's not something I have any control of, and it's not something I can guarantee. My party makeup's going to be really weird with this, though, because we're going to have 2 plague doctors for this. So what I need to figure out is 1 plague doctor I'm going to want in the back, obviously. The other stuff they have isn't going to help too much, because all they've really got are removals, right? They've got a removal of debuffs, and they've got a damage buff, so this is going to be difficult. I mean, the good news is, keeping them in the back rows, I can basically stun and plague the back row the entire time, but the moment that the enemy is anywhere away from the back 2 positions, I'm not going to be able to do much of anything, so that's going to hurt. And with that, we've also got a grave robber who's very positional. She's going to be moving around the party back and forth quite a bit. It's going to throw their positions off. So that sucks. The second thing is, I didn't use any of the active items I picked up along the way in the last dungeon. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to try and experiment a little bit. And as a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do is start up maybe some kind of spreadsheet. If I go to Google real quick while I've got the game running in the background, I can try and make a document to figure out what items work well and what items work where and what they do. Because part of what I've seen, because I have been looking up on the game, I've been watching a tiny bit of other playthroughs, and yes, I know on one of my videos I said oculist instead of occultist. I'm sorry, yes, I watched a video from Force before I started recording, and that happened. Anyway, some of these items, like for example, I had skeleton keys in the last run. You might think, well, you gotta wait for a locked chest. Well, supposedly some items, like a regular chest, might have secret components that you can unlock with the key, and it will give you more loot. So we're gonna experiment a bit and see what happens this time around. I might buy some more items. I also want to try and maybe keep track of how much money I'm spending for this next go-around. Now, I didn't keep track of how much I spent in trying to get them de-stressed, because that's part of this. Is really, heroes are disposable. I mean, you look at it, there's no cost for getting new heroes. I don't have any yet. Doesn't cost me anything to do that. Now, the good news is this game has constantly been updated. It's been updated like 3 or 4 times in the last day or 2. And I think that's good, because I think it's going to need some balancing changes. And while watching it and seeing some of the posts, say via Reddit, or again watching other playthroughs, there are some ways you can really cheese the difficulty on this game, including some things that I did myself in the last dungeon, such as keeping an enemy alive while I buffed myself. But there have been parties dedicated to that, where you do nothing but stun and just constantly heal up your party, and through the help of, say, maybe a jester, using something like Inspiring Tune to relieve stress, and just continually doing that until you're back up to full before you move on. And I don't think that's exactly compelling to sit there and just do nothing but a stun party like that. It's definitely a viable strategy, but how fun is that really? And it's not something new, right? You see something like this all the time in games like this, where you can manipulate your party makeup to do that. You can do that in almost any role-playing game or game of this nature, where you can manipulate the abilities you have to the enemy's stats. Something that might be interesting part as some balancing. I'm not sure if they'll ever do this, but like for example, the healers are constantly free. I have no reason to ever use any other ability on my healer other than to heal. And so I'm wondering if maybe cooldowns or tweaks to the way healing works might be in order to kind of bring things in line. But those are just some of my thoughts for now. I'm still enjoying the game greatly. This is nothing particularly against the game. As we've seen, it is very much RNG based as well. So things could go very badly, but you can try and prevent some of that RNG with the right group makeup. Unfortunately, my group makeup is not going to be great. We're going to embark. I've talked too long without actually going in and doing anything. So, ooh, what's this? A reward. The estate map. Let's see. This is complete 100% of room battles. Heroes will camp once during this quest, and it gets an eldritch killing incense. Occultists only. Monster type eldritch +5 crit, but a lowered bleed resist. That's interesting. Doesn't look like I can go back and do the same run that I did, right? Well, it's going to be random anyway, so it wouldn't be the same run. But this is different because this one is going to be longer. It's going to have a camp. This one's medium. This one's medium. So what's this one? Explore 90% of runes, so that I don't have to do all combat. This one I have to do all combat. So this one, that's still medium, though. It's going to require camping. I want to continue to do short, I think. Let's look at the rewards. That's 4,005. 3 busts, 4 crests. And that's it. So this is smaller rewards, but it looks a little bit easier. With the group I have, I think I want to do this. So we're going to go in with this short quest. Test yourself in the mad realm of your fallen ancestor. Take note of how the creatures have taken over, but don't delve too far. Explore 90% of rooms. Okay. So, can't take any of these guys. We can prove that now. Can't do it. Shush you. Shush. Alright, so, the way this works is I'm thinking of putting my grave robber in the back. What's the speed? 4? 4. 3. So the grave robber should go first, if not second, compared to the jester. So I'm thinking the grave robber should go in the back to be able to lunge, then go into the 3rd position, and then we can use Shadow Fade to go back. And then from there we've got flashing daggers to do AoE if need be, or we can hit with poison dart. So I'm thinking that's how we'll do, is we'll start with that in the back. The plague doctors, these two would normally be in the back row. I mean, as we take a look at their abilities, obviously they can't do anything from the 3rd position, so this one here is not going to be in any good state to do anything, because he'll only be able to, he won't even be able to use cures. He can only use the damage mod from this position. But the way the grave robber works is I should be able to return to the position I want very quickly, very easily. Alright, so let's take a look, because I've got 2 different guys. I need to know which one is which. Let's see. Slayer of the Eldritch, Slugger. Let me see. Stress resist, death blow resist. Oh man, he's got a bunch of negative stuff. He's probably, Wissen's probably going to end up going. Whereas this guy is got blight resist. He's got better healing received. But he's light sensitive, so he's going to lose damage. So he's going to be the one that I'm going to want stunning most of all. So let's put him in the back, the backmost, right? This guy right here. And we're going to try it. We're going to provision this party. And so yes, it does look like nothing I picked up is kept, so that's unfortunate. So we know we want to keep enough food for probably 2 hunger events. So that's 8 food at 75. And then 6 torches maybe? 6 torches, yeah, let's do 6. Because yeah, I definitely want to do more than the 4, because I started to run out of light last time. Just a bit. It was like just enough, really. So let's take a bit more. Now, I want to test out some of these items. I'm okay on money at the moment. We're at 8,050. This party is kind of disposable. Let's take a few items to see how they work, shall we? So let's take the... because I think even these herbs and things like that can be used, but I want to test the holy water. So we're going to take a holy water, a shovel, and a key. And we're going to see if we can use these on various items. So holy water, shovel, key. Got it. Okay, let's go. A well-placed supply item can often protect against the hazards of interactive objects you encounter. Alright, so that's the thing, right?
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Yes, foreign indeed. Oh dear. Oh my, look at this. Oh my. So, we've got multiple paths. This is a pretty big one. So the interesting thing here too is not only are we going to be exploring the rooms, but we have to make sure we also explore these pathways. because every one of these pathways has potential for items. So this is going to be a fairly long one. Oh boy. I feel like going up. Oh, hello. What is this? A decorative urn holds ashes of the departed. Alright, well, let's see what happens if we get a non-compatible item, right? So I'm going to try the skeleton key, which should obviously not do anything. Okay, so the item had no effect. So here's the downside. Doing that as a test, and it's good to know this now, doing that as a test actually consumed the key. So an urn you never want to use a key on. Alright, well, what about holy water? Since it is an urn holding ashes.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Well, fantastic. So by using the holy water, I cleansed it, and it looks like we got some better items. So here we have a health stone. It's a common item. It gives 10 maximum hit points, but gives stress resist reduction. That's kind of interesting how a lot of the items I'm finding so far that are positive also come with some kind of negative. So I'm hoping they continue that trend, because it really makes it interesting. Gives you interesting choices, right? If you just have positive items, then you're just always getting stronger. You got to make some interesting decisions. All right, so 2 onyx, that's 1,000 gold, 250 on a jade, take all. I don't know if I want to use this on anybody, because really I have no idea if anyone in this party is going to be capped. So we're going to go on. So I've already used 2 of my items. Unfortunately, it sucks that it consumes an item that's not compatible. So I've got to be leery of that. I'm going to have to keep... Oh, boy. Oh, wow. So I became surprised, and unfortunately because of that, Wow, I did not want that to happen. You're not supposed to be in the front at all. You have fade, and that's all you can do from the front. Oh, man, why? Damn. So the only thing I can do then is buff damage. Can my Jester do anything from the back? Inspiring Tune. So I can heal some stress. I might do that for a little bit. So let's buff you. Ye gods of bleed. This may not go well. I think I got really messed up by this. Because the idea was to have her jump ahead, but not in that way. Okay. Shadow Fade. What do we have? 12 and 12? What does this do? It does no damage, but it stuns. Guess it doesn't matter which one I hit then. Now he's in front, which is not good. So I really want to Inspire to get some of the stress down, but I don't think that's a big deal. Let's just start moving him towards the front. Oh. Oh, cool. The Jester has a massive movement. He can go all the way to the front, so let's do that. And that works because now he's in the back. I could remove the bleed, but honestly, I want to get a stun out. He's got no resist. He's only got 25% resist. Let's go ahead and get that stun out there to prevent even more damage from happening. Ugh. Not favorable. I need a bandage. Alright, no you don't. You're fine, you're fine. So, do we put a bleed down or do we put a blight? Put a bleed, a blight. I could lunge. Right, but the lunge puts me up front again. But it does put this guy in the back, which is where he needs to be, right? Because they can't do anything from the third position, really. So let's do that. Let's lunge to get him in the third position. And, I mean, that's really strong. So who can I lunge at? The first 3? He's stunned, not a big deal. Let's start damaging this guy.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Holy!
A devastating blow.
Oh, nice. Okay, alright, so we're looking at the back 2 rows for the gas, so that means only this person. Let's see if we can't get a stun off for that and make it so only one of them can be active. Huzzah. So, stunning. You know, I'm almost tempted. It makes me think of playing a MOBA game because, you know, crowd control is king in those kind of games usually. Oh man. Alright, so finally get to do something with our Jester. So what do we have? We're in the middle rows, so he has Harvest. which allows him to hit the middle too. Let's see if I click on it, it shows who. Yeah, okay, so I click on the ability and it shows who's targetable. 40% damage reduction, but it puts a bleed on them, 1 point for 3. They are, let me see, 8 hit points and 12, so that could work. Heroic End, that's the one that reduces his own damage, dodge, and accuracy for one really nice hit at 90 base accuracy, 33% increased damage mod, and 10% crit mod, so he can hit pretty hard with that. His base crit is 7%, so this has a 17% chance to crit. I'm tempted, actually, to try it on the Brawler, since the other one is dead already. Other than that, I've got Slice Off, 80 accuracy, 8% crit mod, and adds a bleed. Okay. Well, tough choices, right? That's only usable from the middle 2. That's from the front 3. Front 2. Do I make them bleed? Do I go for the big hit? One of them's already stunned. If I get the big hit and it works, let's try it. I'm going to go for it. Oh, no crit. I wonder how long that's going to last. Alright, with this, I could try to stun the back guy again, but I'm taking 2 damage. They're going to take another 2. They are already... I've got no healers, so that really sucks, so let's not allow this bleed to continue. Cure failed. Oh man, and with health below 50% means 10% less damage. Oh man. Resist. Not good. Alright, so yeah, this is the big problem. I have no healing for this run, so really, I'm going to have to keep making use of stuns. It's just got to happen. I can't afford to take a lot of damage, and unfortunately, that's not helping. Oh, they're really focusing on her. Oh, my poor grave robber. Alright. This adds a 2-point bleed. It's got 5 hit points. That technically brings him down to 3, so if she does 3 damage, or he does... I can't really tell, really. You can't really tell from the picture. Alright. Yeah, this is probably going to be a failed run, but I'm just going to give it my all. We'll give it a shot. Now, look, I just really wonder, what's my base damage? My base damage, 4 to 7. So 2 is a 47. 3, can't use him, is a 3 to 5. So I could more than likely kill him. 9, 10, 11, 12. Get rid of him. She's resisting stuns, and that's not good for me. What's the bleed resist? 25%. I can't make him bleed. So the bleed's not going to work on him. Oh, see, these are the decisions you must make. Alright, let's just go for it. Bleed on you. Oh, the pulls. The force of delivery. Of devilry. Devilry, right? That was devilry. The force of devilry is what it should have been. Alright, sorry. I'm terrible. Alright. I can lunge from that position, so this isn't bad. Ugh, the bleed. That person... They're focusing on my... Ugh. Alright. We're okay. We're okay so far. We'll be fine. The party, suffering furious blows from the enemy. Their lives on the line.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Oh, push. Oh, but it was resisted. Very good. Only 2 hit points left on this monster, 2 damage in 1 round, so that means they're going to die on their next turn. So we're good. We're good on that so far. So really, wow, I still have that debuff. It's only the damage, though. The accuracy and dodge debuffs have gone away. The damage hasn't yet. Wow, so it's 3 debuffs, and they go away at different times. Man, that's tough. This is something you don't want to use early, apparently. Alright. I want to hit the first enemy, and I can only do that with Heroic End. So I don't have a choice in the matter. That's going to die regardless. I need to hit him. And I can't hit the front enemy at all. This party, I'm going to be honest, this party is not good. I really needed another person. This party is going to get itself killed. Alright, take that bleed off. And all we can really do is increase damage of our allies. A fantastic effort.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Yes. Alright, gosh. Passing a turn suffers stress, so that's not gonna happen. I might as well do something. Don't care what it is at this point. Yeah, alright. I mean, let's... buff, 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 buff. Wow, plus 30, minus 40. Wait, minus 40. Oh, wow, it stacks on itself. She's got minus 40. Oh, man. Pippin has minus 40% damage because that attack continually stacks upon itself. Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to need them to keep buffing. Alright. Shadow Fade. Stun. Yes. That's what I like to see. Oh, this debuff is going to have to go away.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Oh man, that was terrible. Oh, hey, what did we get here? An uncommon Book of Rage. Adds speed, or sorry, 15% damage, 2 speed, lowers accuracy by 4, lowers stun resist, and debuff resist. Oh man, the trade-offs. So good damage and speed, but you lose accuracy. So you would put that on someone probably that has a high base accuracy to begin with, which, to be honest, the base accuracy of, say, the Jester is actually really good. 80s, 90, but Heroic End is something I wouldn't want to spend. Man, I was not too enamored by the Jester before, and even less so now. The problem is, what I would probably do is move the Jester to the back to just continually get rid of stress, but I can't do that with 2 Plague Doctors. Just can't happen. These guys need to be here. They don't have skills to do anything else. Now, I could unlock skills for them, but I haven't unlocked that feature yet. Alright, well, let's take all. That would probably do well on a Jester, quite honestly, just because of these very high base accuracy mods. Okay. Oh, yes, scouting, thank you. Good news! There is nothing in here other than an item, so let's go. Oh, right, you. Please, go back there. Thank you. God, I need healing. Alright, let's look at my characters. Who's good with debuffs? Bleed and debuff resistance is 30 and 20. 20 on, let's see, 30 and 20. 20 and 40. 30 and 50. Oh, wow. Wissen's actually really good on that. 30, 30. I think I'm going to have Wissen do it. Alright, so I'm pretty sure a shovel is not going to be compatible with a bookshelf. So we're just going to go ahead and skim through the volumes. Photomania. Ooh, what did I just do? Light above 75. Stress resist. Oh. Nice. Oh. Interesting. I don't think it's enough for me to really end up wanting to keep him, but let's get the light back up a bit. 67. I need Monster Surprise and Scouting at this point, I think. I'm just going to blow torches early. there, and that will help him. So he will now have stress resist. This does nothing. Melee damage, really? Come on. Jeez. Oh, I am not lucking out on this run, that's for sure. Who else had good light stuff? I think someone else had a in camp he'll receive. Oh, he's sensitive, but chance to turn a miss into a hit. So I like that on Pippin. I like the fact that Pippin can recover from a miss. Don't much like anything else, though. Alright, nothing here. Time to choose, Mr. Freeman. Time to choose. Go this way, and then down and around. And then I'd have to go either way anyway. If I go down and up and up. Down, over, up, right. I'd have to go down again, but then I could just go that way. It'd be better than going up, back, right, I guess. All right, let's change it around. I guess it keeps me close to the door. I can always abandon, right? Oh, hello. Ah! I like the fact that the Jester can move forward and back 3. Like, you look at, say, this Plague Doctor, he can only go forward and back 1. I don't think it shows... No, it doesn't show the movement abilities of the others. So, all I can do is either move or enhance someone's damage, so we're just going to go ahead and move. Marked. Okay, takes more damage from some targeted attack. So that's what these guys have done, these little spiders. Alright, so we're in the back. I can blight... I can hit, that only hits 1, so that's not good. So I think we'll lunge. They only have 7 hit points. That will knock both of my doctors into the back row anyway. Nice dodge. Alright, so there's nothing they can do anyway, right? Because they're in the back. Alright, buffing damage. He's going next, I believe, so let's get him up. Alright, so I don't want to heroic in because I don't want to debuff, so we're going to go ahead and do slice off.
Executed with impunity.
Fantastic! The Jester shows that he's no fool. Alright, from this position, all we can really do is Shadow Fade. Oh, a dodge! What do we got? 20 dodge, 15 damage. I like how Shadow Fade is a buff, so even though it was dodged, Shadow Fade still gives a buff to this character and allows it to move back, even though we didn't get the stun or damage. So what have we got? 20 dodge, 15 damage, 15 damage. Stack that up. It's now 30 damage. And I'm going to need that because his ability to hit the front is going to debuff him.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Excellent. Let's go as far as we can. Nothing here. Looks like we got no scouting. Boo. The heroes continue to explore deeper. The stack of books. What mysteries could these books foretell? Perhaps we should stay a while and read. Ah, get it? Get it. You got it. Good. Alright. Clear obstacles and break into things. Well, I don't need to break into the books, so... yeah. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Did that just really decrease the darkness? Oh, damn. I'm wondering if I should let the darkness increase. I will get more surprises against me. I've been surprised already with high light that I'm wondering if I should just let the light go down because it's going to increase the loot. If I have to abandon, I'll still get the loot. But it's also going to increase my crits. And right now, I've already got some pretty nice crit chances. I mean, if we look at this, base crit on my Jester is 7%. And crit mod on that makes it 17. That makes that 18. I mean, I can get some decent crits there. What about you? What are your crit levels at? 10%, and you have a base of 5, so that's 15% to begin with. That's another 5%. So yeah, I mean, there's some pretty nice crit mods on both of these characters, so Grave Robbers and Jesters work well in the darkness. Yeah. There's some interesting ideas out there, such as playing the game with no torches. You know? If you build a party based...
by foul invention.
Foul, non-feeling sticks in the ground. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have used up my key. So if I built a party around doing a whole bunch of damage, and oh, that hurts. I could easily end up taking down the enemy team very, very quickly by building a party around that. So now what I need to do is decide... Oh man, they're all skeletons, so they're going to have bleed resist, so... This is damage mod reduction, but it's ranged. And it hits the middle two. The middle two have 10 and 16. He's a pretty beefy guy. I'm going to have a hard time with him. Hitting the front is not what this party does very well. If flashing daggers I can use from the back 3, so I should probably lunge to start, and then from there maybe use flashing daggers. Probably the best thing I can do at this point. Question is, if I lunge, who am I gonna lunge at, right? My damage is what, 4 to 6? Probably this guy to weaken him. And it brings their ranged characters a bit closer, which will reduce their options. I'm thinking that's gonna be it. So if I pick lunge, 5 to 9 on a character with 10 hit points. And that's without crit chances. Let's do it. Yeah, of course, it would go on the low end.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Hindri takes a grievous blow. Alright, slice off. 1 of 2, it's got a bleed. Bleed's not gonna... that's gonna mean nothing. The bleed means nothing. I don't want a heroic end yet. All I can do is hope on this for damage. 4 to 7? Do it. Oh, of course. Alright, stun time. Blinding gas. We hope for the stun against the back too to prevent the damage to the party. Yes! Nice. Alright. I'm not going to be able to get him off death's door unless I have food, unfortunately. Alright, we've already blinded them. Time to plague. Let's get a little bit of damage going. A miss on stun targets. I don't even know how to take that. I'm disappointed. Alright. Yes, flashing dagger seems to be the right choice. He's only at 1 hit point. The buff would be nice. It would knock me back 1. But I don't think I want to do that. I want to at least get rid of that guy. Fantastic. Alright, and that means I can slice off to hit the next 2.
A singular strike.
Oh, yes. I should call you Kefka. Alright, I can't really do anything because there's no one in the back. So it's time to start buffing damage. We really need to hit the front guy. And the best person to hit the front is going to be her. So let's get the damage up. Death's Door. Not good.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Don't put me in the ground. Oh dear. Stacking the damage. Oh no. Death blow!
More dust, more ashes, more disappointment.
Discretion is the better part of valor. The first of many heroes has given their all in service to you. You have the option of retreating from combat and abandoning this quest to save the others, or press forward. The choice is yours. Alright, if this is the tutorial, retreat is unavailable. Okay, so we're not in the tutorial, we don't need to worry about that. So, Wissant, the one that I didn't want to die, is still alive. He hasn't taken any damage. The other one is... Oh, man. Alright, let's go ahead and do slice off and start hitting the guy in the second position, and then we will allow the, oh gods, no! We'll allow our grave robber here to start doing a bunch of damage. So, I can't lunge from here, and there's only 3 positions now, not 4. So I'm thinking we Shadow Fade, stun the defender to prevent a bit of damage. He's a big threat anyway. Of course. I'm going to keep buffing damage, because the Jester can't do much to the guy in front. He's just going to debuff himself if he tries. Oh no. The Jester's been knocked for a loop. Not so funny now, are you, laughing man?
Despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Oh gods. No, I lost the ability to lunge. Damn it. What's his stun resist? 38. Gosh darn it. I can Shadow Fade the guy in the back. That will definitely reduce some of the damage. I really want... See, that's only going to hit the second guy. That'll hit either one. That's more damage. But it's minus 40%. What will it do? 2 to 4 possibly out of a 9 to 10. I may have to retreat. I've got 2 people on death's door. %. That's still a 66% chance, roughly. Not 66, but like 62. He's got no resistances, but he is really doing a number on our group. I'm thinking that I'm just gonna have to play. Let's stun the one that we're pretty sure we can stun. Oh, of course! Freaking hell! This might be it. They've got a chance to kill my entire party now. Yep, there's the death blow.
Place for the weak or foolhardy.
Now I cannot lunge at all. It can't happen. It won't happen. What's the death blow chance? 67. Wow. So my grave robber has a good chance to avoid death blows, but I'm pretty sure at this point we're done, because he's not going to be able to do anything because there's no 2 back rows. He can't do a thing. Right? Nothing. He can do nothing but embolden, because there's no 3rd and 4th position. Alright.
A wise general cuts losses and regroups.
Oh, and of course, there's 2 treasure chests right there, but I have to get past the combat to do it. No, we're gonna have to leave. Abandon the quest.
Wounds to be tended. Lessons to be learned.
Well, that's a shame. But I came out of there with what? 250, so that's 500. That's 1,000. 1,500, so 2,000. Oh, it's all right up here, 2,650. Why am I bothering to count? So I got out of there with 2,650. What did I spend? 8 by 75, 600, 600, 1,050. I spent 1,050 in food and torches. Thanatophobia. Health below 50%. Stress resist reduction. So he's afraid of dying. Natural Eye. +5 accuracy on ranged. Cool. Well, I got to keep the grave robber, whom I like, but that's unfortunate. So that run didn't go very well.
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
Oh, what happened here? Okay, Dismas engaged in the pleasures of the flesh. Recovered 81 stress. He's no longer abusive. Great. Tenil engaged in the pleasures of the flesh. 81 stress, no longer fearful. In the Abbey, though, Reynold lost 1,000 gold after becoming overcome with emotion and donating generously. He recovered 69 stress. But he lost me gold. So, Blacksmith is now available, Guild is now unlocked. So, the Weld has been unlocked as well. This didn't go well, ladies and gentlemen, but hey, we've seen it. I mean, and you can see the party composition was just bad. Looks like we got 3 more. Can I unlock it so that it's always 4? I can't. No, I can't. I haven't found any crests, so yeah, this isn't good. So what we got? We got another jester to replace the one we just lost.
He will be laughing still at the end.
Another grave robber, which is kind of cool.
To those with a keen eye, gold gleams like a dagger's point.
And we have a Hellion.
Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
Now I can't increase my roster because, again, no crests. But, yeah, that's unfortunate. Things did not go well in that run, but I still have the survivalist, so I definitely don't want to do a longer dungeon yet, because I want to know... Well, they've got some pretty decent camping abilities, especially these jesters, but let's take a look at what we've got. The new jester comes to us with, it looks like, a couple different abilities. He didn't get Inspiring Tune. This one he got Battle Ballad. Gives accuracy and crit chance. That's pretty nice, so I could use him as a buffer. He has the Harvest and Heroic End as well, but he comes with Solo, ranged. Can only be used from the front. Notice he has no preferred position because he's got he's kind of across the board. Middle 2, front and back 2. So there's no real preferred position there. I think these are just general guidelines to let you know where you're most effective based on the abilities you have, and this is generally where you're most effective based on who your abilities will target. So unfortunately we did get Heroic End and Harvest again, but we got some new ones. We didn't get Dirk or Slice Off at least. So it's ranged, it's a 90% accuracy base, it is a minus 100% damage mod, but it lowers the enemy's accuracy. Oh, it hits the entire enemy party. Well, that's kind of neat. I don't know. So basically, that's the thing. So this guy didn't roll very well because nothing really stacks very well. If I put him in the front, he's got Solo and Heroic End. That's all he can do. If I put him in the very back, he can only do Ballad. But I can put him maybe in the second back, and he can then do Harvest and Battle Ballad. Now these usually stack, so honestly, if I'm going to use Battle Ballad, I might as well just continually using it, because as we've seen, buffs will continually stack with themselves, which is really nice. But I honestly like the fact that I could do this, you know, hit 2 things with Harvest. So that puts him in the back, I think, second to last position. Got a new Grave Robber. What kind of abilities? Pick to the face, usable in the first 3, only usable on first 3 enemies. It's melee, 90% accuracy base, and 5% crit mod. So it's just a basic attack, nothing major. Oh, before I move on, let's see what kind of quirks he has. Oh, he loses damage at range, so having heart, yeah, it's only 5%, so he could still use Harvest, but it's not going to be as effective. Hard Noggin, stun resist, and Hard Skin, +5 protection. This guy actually seems like a guy I would want to try and protect. He doesn't look too bad. He's got some pretty... And I can always unlock more skills down the way. Let's see. You got Encourage, you got Tiger's Eye, so one companion gets accuracy and stress resist, and you got Mockery, so we've seen those before. This person, so we got the Pick to the Face, basic damage. Flashing Daggers, so hit the 2 middle guys. Poison Dart again, so we've seen that one. That's a ranged, basically put down a blight. We want to put a bleed on a bigger target. Toxin Trickery, melee, self. 15 dodge, cure, blight, bleed. Oh, okay, so if you've got a blight or a bleed on yourself, you can get rid of it and give yourself a dodge base. And it can be used from anywhere. That's pretty cool. Fortunately, their preferred position is the place where I'd probably put the Jester. But then again, as we've seen, these guys are pretty positional based, but this one didn't get any of those. Like, so we didn't get Shadowfade. Honestly, I really like the way Woodville rolled, because you've got the lunge into Shadowfade. And like, so you could really make some interesting positional calls with that. Pep Talk, one companion, stress resist, 25%. Forage, self-only, 50% chance to produce food. Gallows Humor, self-only, reduce stress by 25. All companions, 75% chance reduced by 20, 25 reduced by 10. Not bad. Pretty good camping skills. Irrepressible, +5 to resist affliction. Warren's Adventurer, +20 stress resist in the Warrens. Was the other one the Weld? Yeah, the Weld Scavenger. That's pretty cool. Bulimic, heal received is reduced in camp. And resolution, in town will never drink. Those aren't bad. Those aren't bad. I don't know about the abilities. I mean, you've got the 90% hit. I mean, that's basically a nice basic attack. There's no real downsides to it. A good chance to hit, slight increased chance to crit. That's in the first 3, that's in the back 3. This one, I don't really know when I would use Poison Dart, to be honest. It's 50% reduced damage, but it is a 2-point bleed for 3 rounds, so... It's, you know, I really need to get used to using debuffs, I think, because something like a Blight might be better than just attacking blindly. So this person will probably be better in the 2nd position, not the 3rd. I think the only reason they say 3rd is because this is a 3rd back. We can make that work. And let's take a look at the Hellion. So this is a new class for me. So what have we got? Well, let's take a look at these first. Stun resist, nice, but death blow reduction, not good. They use a glaive, 6 to 12, decent damage. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty nice damage dealer. Wicked hack, first 2 positions usable on the first 2. 80% accuracy, base, and a 5% crit. So it's kind of like what we just saw on Paschal here. Same thing. So that's 90 and 5. This one is 80 and 5. But her base damage, if we look at that, that's 6 to 12 compared to a 4 to 7. So this character is more about doing the damage. Barbaric Yop. Yop. Melee, 90 accuracy base. Reduces damage fully, but it has a full stun. However, unlike some other characters like Reynold, it provides a debuff to yourself. So you lose damage and dodge by using it. So you're basically putting out a stun that has a high chance to hit, but getting debuffed because of that high chance to hit. If it bleeds, 85 accuracy base with a 2-point bleed for 3 rounds. And then lastly, Adrenaline Rush. Damage buff and accuracy buff, and it cures Blight and Bleed. That's kind of cool. So we've got 2 characters that can cure themselves. And then we've got Bleed. So interesting. Alright. What's the debuff on this? Damage and dodge. But that's damage increase. So I could Yop for the stun, Adrenaline Rush to cure the debuff, except for I still lose dodge, but that's probably fine. Now, the downside to the parties I'm getting is, like, I've only got 1 healer so far, and the question is should I always have a healer? I mean, so far I've seen that not having a healer has been disastrous, but then again, I had 2 Plague Doctors, which was equally disastrous. Just because they couldn't do much of anything. I think you can run without healers, I really do, and in fact I think a lot of the low torch runs do that, because you can have the high crit chance and you're just out there killing the enemies as fast as you possibly can. Alright, quick look at their camping abilities. Wound Care, heal 20% of an ally, and 33% chance to remove bleed. Battle Trance, gains accuracy, and if a monster has a size of 2, you gain damage. So that's cool. And Sharpened Spear, self only, plus 10% crit. Wow, pretty nice. A lot of kind of a selfish character on that one. So now that everybody's back, it's kind of difficult to decide, you know, what are we going to do with these guys? I really think I'm going to get rid of Whisson. I don't think I like what he's become. He's never going to be in melee. Stress resist is kind of nice, but he doesn't really do damage, so none of these are really helping or hurting him, I guess. Problem is, I don't have any other Plague Doctors at the moment now. The other Plague Doctor died. Maybe I should de-stress him? I don't know. 11,000? Maybe not. Might bring some of the new ones in to give them a try. At the very least, bring the Hellion in. I think I prefer... See, I can't bring this person out. I like that scouting chance, but it's only in the weld. I like this setup. I don't really want to lose her just yet, so I think I'm going to de-stress this person. So I can't use the sanitarium yet. Let's go to the tavern. Let's send our... is that Grave Robber? Yeah, I keep forgetting the class names. 13, 1250, 1000. So Interesting. That costs less. I can't increase any of these. I need crests badly. Oh my. What about the Abbey? Can you... 1,000. 1,250. Oh wow, the Caretaker. Okay. 1 lash for each of you. The question is if it's a smaller amount of gold, is it not as good? Well, let's send to the tavern. I think she'd be more welcome in the tavern. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll use the cheapest option for now. The downside is you could possibly gain buffs or afflictions or traits by any of these. So, you never know. And we've also seen that even though I went to the Abbey and prayed, our good friend Reynold here got so caught up in his religion that he decided to give away a bunch of my money. Alright. Okay, next time we'll probably run with a healer. Just to play it safe. The question is what else will I do? I really like the Highwayman so far, too. He's got a nice range, can hit the first 3. So I might pull him in with... Oh, I don't know. We might go ahead and take a Jester who can hit a bunch of enemies, and we'll try our luck with this person. Maybe we'll get a strong front line going, because that's been another strategy I've heard, is having a good strong line with, say, get these two together. We'll probably do that next time. Alright, let's take a look at what we unlocked. We unlocked a guild. We can upgrade combat skills here.
Make no mistake. We will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
Okay, so, can I... No, can't upgrade at all. So let's take a quick look at someone. Healer. Vestal. Warrior Nun channels her zeal for battle into healing abilities, holy judgments, and dazzling explosions of light. A strong backbone to any party. The Vestal can also hold her own in the front, like with a powerful mace bash and close quarters condemnations. Cool. I can unlock new abilities with 1,000 gold, it looks like. It looks like I have to upgrade to get Instructor Mastery in order to gain upgrades to the skills. So if I want to go Divine Grace 1 to Divine Grace 2, then, well, for one, I need the hero level up, right? So, but I've already there. The resolve level's already 1, but I need to have the Instructor up, which I can't do. Oh, man. Alright, so at least we know how that works. I can always buy the other ability, so if I wanted to make this Grave Robber be more like the other one, I could go in here and unlock things like Lunge and Shadow Fade. So I'm not relegated to what they have, but as you can see, it can get quite expensive to unlock some of these. And these are all low-level heroes, so I'm not going to do that yet.
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
Alright, our smith. Cannot upgrade anything at our smithy. Everything requires seals. I just don't have, or crests. I just don't have them. Alright, so, well, again, let's take a look. So, Reynold, the Crusader, wears heavy plate and wields a longsword. While affording him excellent protection and damage, his armor restricts movement, and his sword cannot be swung effectively in the back ranks. So, it looks like I can't really do anything. Like, he's unlocked, but I can't do anything. I need weaponsmithing and armor smithing level 1. To be able to do anything here. I mean, none of the... There's like... It almost feels like this is pointlessly unlocked. Like, it's unlocked, great. Yeah, cool, the blacksmith's unlocked, but you can't do anything with him because you need to upgrade him. That's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Well, next time we'll try again. Oh, quick weld. That's a short one. We might do that one next. Let's see what else we got. We got short. Those are mediums. And I can use, yeah, I can use my scouting for well. We'll try that. All right, thank you very much for watching on this one. We'll venture in again next time.